Hi, thank you for joining this course. My name is Freddie Drennan. I've been working with R for 6 or 7 years. I currently work at BioMarin Pharmaceutical, where I'm working on implementing R programs to assist in monitoring of clinical trials, of clinical trial data, right? So you have data that we're collecting, and then you have statisticians who determine if there's an effect or not. What I'm helping do is to ensure the integrity of that data and to make sure that whenever those decisions are being made, that it's being made with data that is worthwhile, right? There's a lot of ways that your data could be wrong or incorrect or misleading. So why am I doing this? Well, I one, just love teaching. I love education in R. I enjoy meeting other R developers, and I want to be a resource. So I'm doing my best to structure this project as a nonprofit where I'll be taking donations just to help keep the server going, and then as other instructors come in, maybe I can tip them, but I'm not really looking to make any money off of this. I just want this to be a self-sustaining project. So if you find benefit from this course, I would request that you check out the Patreon page, Patreon, patreon.com/indexer. The link will be below. And check out and maybe donate $10 or something here or there. I would really appreciate it, but by all means, don't feel obligated. The reason why I'm doing this is to give people who don't have the cash available to take courses the opportunity to do so. So with that said, this is my GitHub, and we're going to be getting into to Git here shortly. But I wanted to share a project. So Indexer was a project that I started on, which is unrelated to the current site. So I was doing this index of Reddit, index R, right? And it also kind of fits because I like R. But then in a prior life, I was also thinking about thinking of advertising platforms as an index. Long story short, the name Indexer means nothing now, so you can call it whatever you want. And the live site that I had no longer exists. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach a course which shows you how to create this project that I did. And it's substantial, right? It's a big thing. And we're going to go step by step and figure out how to do this again while keeping it well documented and clean. So I would say that this is an intermediate to advanced R course. However, I'm going to break down everything that I possibly can as simply as possible. So if you are a beginner to R, I wouldn't shy away from this. I think that you can do it. And if you run into a situation where you're confused or you need some additional help, or a second set of eyes, just send me a Slack message or comment on the site, and we'll make sure that your question is answered. And whenever I say we, I mean I will, and that you can continue going on in the course, right? So point being, if you know nothing about R right now, but this is something that you want to do and you're interested, I will hold your hand through this process. So so what did I have here? Well, basically I had this process which was hitting Reddit, you know, every couple seconds and pulling the most recent submissions. Um, and and Reddit is it's just one of those platforms that I find so incredibly interesting. Um, so, for example, I was collecting, just literally every submission coming into Reddit, and this was around the time of the George Floyd murder, and you could see that, as I was collecting that data, the discussion about George Floyd started to pick up over a period of time, and then it dropped off. It's like this log normal distribution. Um, and it's interesting because this is showing the extent to which people are discussing a particular topic, right? Now, the elections are coming up here pretty soon, and I think that having access to this kind of data and to be able to play with this kind of data, you can do, I think that you can do a lot with it. You can learn a lot about our society and how people think. Reddit has everything from, subreddits devoted specifically to pictures of rainbows, to how to build a computer, to some of the worst possible um, you know ideas or concepts known to humanity that I wouldn't even want to share, right? On this particular video, but it's a platform that's highly influential, and the API gives you access to real-time data, and you can just sit there and see what's happening in the world in real time from your fingertips, right? So we're gonna ingest this data. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a project, right? We're gonna learn about our projects in general. We're gonna look over all the files, and then we're going to set up our R project to be able to use Python, and we're gonna pull in a Python package and use it within R. So we're going to be writing Python with our syntax within our package, and we're going to be able to access Reddit. We're going to be pulling in Reddit data, um, and then once we finish our package, we'll be able to load it up in Airflow. So we'll be able to schedule a constant stream of information. We can just continuously request stuff from Reddit. We're going to create a Postgres database in order to store all of our information. So we're going to have this R package running within a Docker container, which is using Airflow, which is like a code scheduler, right? So it's like run this thing at this time, or run this script and then this script and this script, right? That's what Airflow does, and it makes it very visible. So we'll be kicking off our scripts with Airflow. We'll be doing all of this within Docker. Um, we're going to have our well-written, documented R package. Oh, what else? And at the end of the day, then we can package it all up into a Shiny app, right? And then distribute it on AWS. So we'll talk about APIs, because what we're gonna have is we're gonna have our R package, which can get this information from a database, but that's going to be separate from our Shiny app, right? So we're gonna split the application from the logic itself, and you'll see more about how that looks once we get to that point. But I think it's gonna be fun. We're gonna do probably everything you could possibly think of, all centered around pulling in really freaking interesting data. So I hope that you're excited. I'm excited. I'm going to release these videos, um, as I finish them, because I want you to be able to get started and to take a look and to play around with some of this stuff. Give me feedback if there's something that you want to cover, um, and kind of go on this journey with you, right? So Each week, I'll make sure to have a new, you know, section or goal that we're going to accomplish. We'll do it together. We'll make sure that everyone's on the same page, and then the following week we'll go ahead and do something new, right? If you're coming in later and you feel like you're not doing it in real time with us, don't worry. I'm still here. I'm still here to answer your questions, and I'm excited, right? So I'll stop rambling. Again, thank you for joining this course, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.